Hello, study buddies. Okay, hopefully just a quick study sesh as I work with you. This is more so a correction. A few weeks ago when I was taking my practice exams, came across grief and was just really frustrated because I was like, I feel like there weren't enough, descriptions of grief or options for grief. And I was even wondering in my video, I was saying, in the previous version of in the DSM there was complicated grief, and so I was like, what, where is that? And I think I said something like, I cannot find it, and I was like, hey, study buddies, join me in finding in finding this, and because this is just my own little space, I haven't heard from anybody, but that's right, like that's me just saying, hey, here I am to correct myself as part of the study process. So found prolonged grief disorder. If you care to know the page number in the DSM-5 TR, it's 322. And this is what we're talking about when grief is not just processing the recent death of somebody that we love, or an entity, or like a pet or something like that. This is, the death was at least 12 months ago, and since the death, the individual has developed a persistent grief response, characterized by either intense yearning or longing for the deceased person, or a preoccupation with thoughts or memories of the deceased person. Also, since the death, at least 3 of the following symptoms are included. 1, identity disruption. 2, marked sense of disbelief about the death, like complete denial. Avoidance of reminders that the person is dead, again, denial. Intense emotional pain, anger, bitterness, sorrow related to the death. 5, difficulty reintegrating into other relationships and regular activities. Emotional numbness, denial. Feeling that life is meaningless and as the result of the death, and intense loneliness as a result of the death. It causes clinically significant distress. The severity and the duration, they exceed the expected amount of time, which, like with an adjustment disorder, which can include grief, we're looking at anywhere between like 3 to 6 months, maybe even 12 months. But right, like at that point, like we're reaching over into prolonged grief. And then they're not better explained by another diagnosis. So I really appreciate this. I work with a lot of grief within my practice, but I'm just grateful for the opportunity to come back and say, hey, let's get it right. And prolonged grief in the DSM, also a part of my growth in my study. So thanks for being with me.